Good tree. This, there's a storm. Safe. Nope, I cannot.
You are cute.
There's a device.
I've literally.
I know y'all can already tell this video finna get deep, but shoot, before I even talk to y'all, I want to read this verse, and I've probably said it a lot of times, but it hits different every time because God, real deal, will show you things before it even happen. A lot of times we get so stuck on other things and stuck on so much other stuff that we get caught up, you know what I'm saying? And God be saving us from a whole bunch of stuff that we really don't even be realizing. But he will tell you what's going on before it go down for sure. And this verse is Joshua chapter 24, verse 15. And it says, "But if you refuse to serve the Lord, then choose today whom you will serve." I say that because, bro, that verse can go so many ways, y'all. Like, I'm talking about so many ways. And for me, I know I've said it before, and I kind of say this dream or this story because it hits different every time. And this is what I mean when I say God can, you know what I'm saying? God can show you what's going on before you even know what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about no That's So Raven stuff. For my people who be having dreams or just, you know what I'm saying, a lot of alone time with God, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But I said this dream before, but the crazy thing about it is, y'all, is when I was spending time with God like crazy, y'all. Like, I was spending time like crazy. And I don't say that to brag because I talk about this all the time. It don't matter how many Bible verses you know. It don't matter how many Bible verses you can recite. You know what I'm saying? You got to know God, you know what I'm saying? And I think we get so caught up of who knows the most as opposed to we trying to seek him for him. You know what I mean? So I say it out of my mouth, I do not know every Bible verse. I do not know a lot of Bible verses. And at this point in time, I actually have not been reading my Bible as much as I know I should have. You feel me? But yeah, with this Bible verse, I had a dream that I was like on a balcony, and basically on the balcony I was like looking down, and it looked like I was actually, I'm not gonna lie, it looked like I was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And it just like, I'm just giving y'all kind of a little visual from the dream, but it looked like I was in Miami, and I was on a balcony looking down. You know what I mean? And while I was looking down, there was like people partying, drinking, listening to music, and they were standing on top of the car, and like kind of just, it just was looking wild, you know what I mean? Just partying and stuff, and I was kind of looking down at them, and I was bobbing my head to them, like kind of like wanting to go join them, you know what I mean? And while I was doing that, my mom was in my dream. Like I couldn't see her face, but I knew it was like my mom, like 100%. I knew it was my mom, and she put her hand on my shoulder in my dream, and she just said these words, plain and simple, from this Bible verse. She said, "Choose this day who you will serve." And that's when I had woke up. And just from that, like in that present moment, y'all, like I said, I was spending time with God. Like I'm talking about all the time. Like I'll be waking up, spending time with God. And this is when COVID went down, so we was like really on lockdown, so we didn't have nothing to do. Everybody was in the crib, and this when I was living in Atlanta. Yeah, I was spending time with God like so much, y'all, like so much. And it was really because the stuff that was going on with, you know, health-wise and everything, I realized was like really scared out of my mind. It was way before I wasn't even spending time with God like that, y'all. I was eating crazy. I was eating Chipotle, really emotional eating without even knowing I was emotionally eating. You know what I mean? To kind of cover up with, you know what I'm saying, everything that was going on, because I was running from so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? When my parents passed, in that 1 year, I was just running from it for like I didn't want to truly accept it, you know what I'm saying? And when all that was going on, I basically just, I got scared, you know what I mean? I was like, man, I do not want to go the same route as my mom and dad. And I started looking up the alkaline diet and everything, and then while I'm doing that, I started spending time with God. And when I was spending time with God, like I'm telling y'all, like I was spending time with him so much. Like I didn't want nothing to do with nothing else. After all that, you know, the health issues was going on, like I just got scared out of my mind, so I just started looking up the alkaline diet. And then after that, I jumped right in. I ain't gonna cap, I jumped right in, and I basically started looking up, you know what I'm saying, everything I could with the alkaline diet, just because I didn't want to go that route that my mom and my dad did. And in that year, I really got so skinny, y'all, like so skinny, just because I didn't want to eat crazy stuff no more, and I didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying, eat the right stuff. So, and that's really why I got so skinny. So, you know, a lot of people probably looking at me like, man, that boy was sick, man, this and that. But most of the time I was doing green smoothies, and I was just putting it all into the NutriBullet. And that was probably the most disgusting green smoothie I ever drank in my entire life. I'm not gonna lie, no cap. But short story with that, y'all, like while I was doing that, I was just fasting a lot too. And just how I'm talking to y'all, I'll be talking to God, because I was just so scared. I'm like, God, I do not want to be another person in the family going through this route again. And my other question was thinking, like, is it even real? Because I always used to think that my parents passing and stuff was like, maybe it was their timing, or maybe it was this and that. But knowing all these chemicals and stuff in this food, it kind of opened my eyes up even more, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, taking a route of, as we always do, blame God. And I'm not saying that we know our time and day of when we're going to pass away, but I think y'all feel what I'm trying to say with that. But yeah, y'all, and that's when I had the dream of, you know what I'm saying, choose this day who you were serving. And so when I had that dream, I'm like, why did God even show me that? Like, what, like, what's going on? Like, God, I'm reading your word. I'm doing everything right now. You feel me? Because when you first go into God, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying, you get a little like type of feeling where it's like, man, you on top of the world. Like, well, I'm looking in the present, which as we should, you know what I'm saying, we should be letting God be taking care in the future. You know what I mean? A lot of times we stressing ourselves out because we're trying to predict the future, or a lot of times we be thinking about the past. And I think I'm a person who thinks about the past too, of, I'm saying, what could I have did right when my mom was here? What could I have did right when my dad was here? And a lot of times it be messing me up, you know what I mean? Where I be getting in these, I ain't gonna keep these moves where I'm saying sometimes I just don't feel like talking, and it's a difference between, because I'm a quiet dude anyway, but you know what I'm saying, it's a difference between not talking because you are real deal listening, like, you know what I'm saying, listening, and you know what I mean, just you just quiet, but it's a difference between not talking because you in a, you know what I'm saying, a little type of mood, you feel what I'm saying, and that's what was going on. I was kind of just in a mood of thinking on past stuff and thinking about, you know what I mean, just everything for real, which is nothing wrong with thinking on, you know what I'm saying, like my parents and stuff, but it was the things I was thinking on where, dang, I messed up right here. Like, I could have treated them like this, man. I could have helped out right here, or shoot, like, just keep it real. Like, man, I should have made it to the NBA before they passed. Like, I should have did this, I should have did that, and yeah, I just be thinking on a lot sometimes, y'all. So I say that story to say because when God said, choose this day who you would serve, it speaks so crazy to me right now, y'all, because I'm not gonna lie. I have been distracted. Like, I have been distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether that be social media, whether that be texting old girls where I know it ain't finna lead to nothing. Like, us going back to old ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the other day, it's like I sat back and I just thought on each and everything, like on some, like, Phil Cofer, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are you running from? Like, why are you trying to distract yourself? Why are you going to everything but, you know what I'm saying, to your word? Why are you going to everything but to God? Because I've been on both sides, y'all, where it's like when I was in God, it was the most peace I have ever felt in my entire life, y'all. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, you know what I mean? And I've been on the other side where it's like I'm on the old Phil Cofer where, you know what I'm saying, I be getting in these moods, I be getting irritated. Sometimes I just don't even feel like talking sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I am a quiet person anyways, but I be knowing when it's me just being quiet as opposed to me just, you know what I'm saying, holding in and not wanting to say nothing just because of what, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking on. You feel me? And I had to be real with myself and, like, ask myself, like, why am I going to old things? Why am I, you know what I'm saying, just going back to old feelings, going back to the old me, you know what I mean? Like, and I real deal, the time where I sat with myself and started asking these questions, I started to pick through each and everything. Like, God was showing me so much stuff where I'm like, it makes even more sense, you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm growing. This ain't no video that flat out, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, bash myself or feel bad for myself, none of that. But I just be speaking because it be opening my eyes to so much stuff and open my eyes to even not just myself but other people of how we use so much distractions. Like, I'm saying, if we have a bad day or something, we would go emotionally eat, or if we have a bad day, we'll go buy something. If we have a bad day or we going through something, you know what I'm saying, we'll go back to lust, we'll go to pornography, we'll go to, and I done double back to that too, you know what I'm saying? So my thing was, not saying why everybody going to alcohol, everybody going to weed, everybody going to, you know what I'm saying, everything else. I used to like to go to the club just to, you know what I'm saying, first dress fresh. I think that was the number one thing. I like to go to the club just to, you know what I'm saying, dress fresh. And then number two is like, you know what I'm saying, talking to girls. I like to kick it with girls for real. And that was my little thing where I started to look back. And it was really because, you know what I'm saying, while I was going through, you know what I'm saying, stuff with my parents and stuff where it's like, I ain't had to think on it too much, you know what I mean? And I was always a person with, I'm saying, if I kicked it with a girl or something like that, like, the girl would real deal be, it'll kind of show that, you feel me, that I was hurting or something because I'll be nonchalant with a lot of stuff. And I do not know why. You know what I'm saying? Quote me if I'm wrong, y'all, but nowadays, like, women in the world love, like, nonchalant dudes. And I wasn't doing it to be cool. I wasn't doing it, none of that. It just, you know what I'm saying, I was just going through, you know what I'm saying, so much trauma as a kid and having so much stuff from, you know what I'm saying, family members passing and just so much stuff in my family, y'all, that, you know what I'm saying, it was hitting me different. So I was trying to fill the void with women and stuff. And then when they would try to get serious, I could never get serious because I was so nonchalant and I really ain't really care too much, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, dang, we finna go deep, no cap. But on top of that, when my mom and my dad was going through the hospital, you know what I'm saying, when my grandpa passed, like, man, I was going through so much, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, I feel like I was so, like, I ain't want nobody to real deal get close to me on some, like, close, you feel me? And I think that's why I was real deal, like, not even taking a lot of, like, girls serious for real, and I couldn't. Because I always used to hear the same stuff like, man, you nonchalant, or, I'm saying, like, I wasn't just, like, on some crazy, I don't care, but it just, you feel me, like, I would just not really, like, wanting to take it a little deeper, you know what I'm saying? And the girls, I feel like would, but I just, you know what I'm saying, I never could for real. And I think that was the reason of, like, I lost so many people, and I had so many people in my family passing away that I was already hurting. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of didn't want to let nobody in even more. I was tired of the stuff I was going through since a kid, you feel me? So I would kind of like be backing away from, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I mean? And that's 100% wrong. Yeah, that was 100% wrong, you feel me? And like I said, I used to always try to fill the void with, you know what I'm saying, girls and stuff. And that's where lust and everything that came with that, I'm saying, started to build up, because I was going to that. That's what God was trying to show me and said, choose this day who you gonna serve. You know what I mean? And I honestly have been serving my flesh way more than I've been serving God. I'm just saying that to say, because like your flesh really gotta die. Like this stuff ain't easy. Like your flesh really gotta die. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning that, and I'm seeing that's what really, like, self-control, like discipline, consistency, like all that make you a real deal man. What make you even a more of a man is God. You know what I mean? And I'm on this earth to serve. You know what I'm saying? And I think people get, you know what I'm saying, people pleasing and being a servant different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to serve you. I do want to help you. I do want to help, you know what I'm saying, as much people as I can, but we're not here to please each and every soul on this earth. You know what I mean? And what I'm learning too is, shoot, I'm still growing, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta learn to give myself grace even more. I'm the type of person, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I be going all in, you know what I mean? Like, if I miss a routine, I hate it, you know what I mean? If I miss a routine, or if I'm not in a groove, or it'll just mess up my whole day, and then I get into this little rut where I'm like, dang, like, come on, you know what I'm saying? And I think after basketball, that mug it hit different, you know what I'm saying? It hit me different, because I don't know what it is. I enjoy this YouTube. I real deal enjoy this YouTube, y'all. Like, I real deal enjoy this YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And I want to do this for as long as I can, and, you know what I'm saying, be on social media for as long as I can, because I want to be the dude that do it different, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the one that do it differently, the one that, you know what I'm saying, like, be helping as many people as I can. And, you know what I mean, like I said, here to serve, you know what I mean, here to serve God's people. I'm here to serve, most importantly, God. I think I've been distracted for so much, whether that be scrolling on Instagram, just doing each and everything, but, you know what I mean, staying and being in his word. And he already said it to me. And y'all know the main quote where he say, wisdom and understanding is better than silver and gold. And wisdom means you're going to have to get in his word. You're going to have to read. You're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, let your flesh die. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's the only route you can take when you're trying to serve God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your flesh going to have to die. It's going to hurt. You know what I mean? It's going to feel weird. You're going to be looked at crazy. You're going to, shoot, I'm probably going to be looked at crazy. I'm probably going to be looked at crazy on this video. You know what I'm saying? They going to be like, bro, going deep, bro. Saying too much. But shoot, at the end of the day, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't here to please man. I ain't here to please nobody. I know who I am. Like, I got a good trait with that of, like, knowing who I am deep down. You know what I'm saying? I think when I got into the world, I had so much stuff covered up. But with all them stuff covered up, it's like I already knew who I still was. Like, I already knew who I am. You know what I mean? And I always go back to the child of myself, and I think about that child of me being like a real deal child of mine. Like, would I be talking to him like the way, you know what I'm saying, I be hard on myself sometimes? Would I be talking to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I be thinking, you feel me? And that's what real deal motivate me, because I always think about that child, you know what I'm saying, that went through so much, went through trauma as a youngin', went through so much as a youngin', and I always look at it as like that was not the real me, you know what I mean? and I know who the real me is. You know what I mean? And the devil done messed up because I done seen the real me. And I don't even want to give the devil too much of a foothold, because I think a lot of the times we be giving him a foothold in the sense of, oh, he did this, he did that, he did this. But a lot of times it be ourselves. Where we limit ourselves, we mess up ourselves, you know what I mean? And we be blaming him. And it just be us, you feel me? I think that was the main thing these past weeks or days. I've been just straight up distracted, y'all. And I'm just being a thou out with y'all. And I don't even think I got like a lot of the stuff I had to say. A lot of times I'll be asking God, man, just speak through me, because I do not know how I'm gonna say it or whatever. Just because, like I said, y'all, like I've always been a quiet dude. So when I be speaking and stuff, I be looking back and editing my video like, dang, like did he really say all that? It just hit different every time, because God real deal has been guiding me even on my slip ups, my mess ups, and he showed me down the road before I'm even thinking on that. And I read that verse to y'all because I know it can apply to y'all too. Choose this day who you gonna serve. Are you gonna keep talking about yourself? Are you gonna keep limiting yourself? Are you gonna keep doing the things of this world? Are you gonna keep one foot in, one foot out? Phil Cofer talking to you. That's the question you gotta ask yourself. And I seen on TikTok where a dude said, don't panic. You is not out the game. And one thing, number one, we gotta stop running. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us run from a lot of stuff. And I was one of them. And just looking back on everything, I would tell y'all from my view, it ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Running from a lot of stuff, because you're gonna catch yourself scrolling on Instagram too much. You're gonna catch yourself eating too much. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna catch yourself watching too many TV shows. Truly, you need to go ahead and let God heal. Yeah, bro, the game ain't over. Like, you is not out the game. I think that's what be messing us up, because we let one day affect the whole year. We let 2 days affect the whole month, and we let so much stuff affect us that, like, you know what I'm saying, we gon' mess up, we gon' learn. You coming to God, you not gonna be perfect. That don't give us the time to just do whatever we want. But it's okay to have that conviction. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, kind of be on yourself like, dang, I ain't do that routine. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't do that right, or I ain't do this right. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have that little conviction, but it's not okay to keep condemning yourself for over a year. You know what I'm saying? Over something that happened, you know what I'm saying, months ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's how we gonna get out that rut, is stay in the present. Number two is knowing that this life is so dang short, and I don't think we really do not take this in. What makes it even worse is that we eating all this crazy food, these chemicals and stuff that, you know what I'm saying, shortens our life even more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, we only got one shot at this life. We only got one shot, y'all. And one of the things I think about all the time is leaving this earth and me going to heaven, and I go talk to God, and God tell me I had more in me, or my mom telling me, or me meeting my dad and my mom and them telling me I had more in me. And that's what real deal be waking me up and really be, you know what I'm saying, helping me put me back on the right track, is knowing that I don't want to limit myself. You feel me? Don't let these distractions take you out, you know what I'm saying, your destiny, or don't let these distractions mess up, you know what I'm saying, what God have for you, because all this stuff be fake news. It just be trying to fake us out and get us off, you know what I'm saying, I track that. You know what I'm saying? God has already paid for us. You know what I mean? We just got to keep walking and keep trusting. But like I said, y'all, don't panic. And you still not out the game. Y'all got to know that for sure.